I've got one word for the Minnesota Vikings. To Rick Spielman and to Mike Zimmer. Skull, brother. The Minnesota Vikings had 15 picks, and they were off the charts great at what they did. And they got some of my favorite players in this draft. I mean, Justin Jefferson sitting there, with the 22nd pick. They couldn't believe the Eagles passed them. So that to me is easy. My mother can scout Justin Jefferson. To me, getting Jeff Gladney in the first round was just gold. Because you watch any TCU game, and you watch him go up and compete in the Big 12 against, pick a receiver. I mean, Denzel Mims, CD Lamb. You watch him against elite wide receivers. That guy loves to compete. And that's what Mike Zimmer's whole defense is based on. I think Jeff Gladney is one of my favorite players in this draft. Then go to James Lynch. James Lynch at Baylor. He was Matt Rule's his first recruit when he left Temple and he went down to Waco, Texas. He became the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. The guy can play anywhere on the defensive line. He can play tackle. He can play end. He can rush the passer. All he's going to do is just give you roll up the sleeves, take his lunch pail, and give you an honest day's work every single day. And everybody knows that they're going to play 7, 8 guys up front. They've got a bunch of guys that aren't coming back. James Lynch is going to fit right in. And then I'd go Harrison Hand, the corner at a Temple by way of Baylor. He went with Matt Rule. In fact, I know him. I mean, I live in Marlton, New Jersey, and Harrison Hand went to Cherry Hill West High School. I mean, we all knew who he was. He is a fierce competitor and a tough kid. He started off at Baylor, where he transferred back, finished his career at Temple. He is Temple tough. He's Matt Rule tough. I mean, a fierce competitor outside. I think there's big holes to fill. Xavier Rhodes. And I think, when you look at Gladney and you look at Harrison Hand, those are 2 guys I would say that can go compete for some of those positions. When I watched Michigan State going back to last year, and I did a Michigan State game at the end of the year, I couldn't help but watch Kenny Willekes, the defensive end. I think he was first team All Big Ten in 2018. He has off the charts production. He was a walk-on at Michigan State. They said, too slow, not big enough. Okay. So he became a starter in the Big Ten. But the guy knows how to get off blocks. He has an unusual style about him. And look, he's not going to look the part. He's probably not going to look pretty good, in some preseason games. But I saw my eyes. And I trust my eyes on this kid. I like Kenny Willekes. 15 picks by the Vikings. They went up and down the board. All kinds of great value. But I'll concentrate on those 4 guys. But when you get 15 picks and you get some of the players that are going to compete for Mike Zimmer's team this year, I love what the Minnesota Vikings did. And they get an A+ all day from me for how they handled this draft. Congratulations to the Minnesota Vikings.